Yes, sir. Welcome back. Marshall football time. Jumping right into the action. Georgia Southern in Week 12. That's what we got going on. TFL on the first play. Number 6 Marshall, 7-2 on the season, going up against 3-6 Georgia Southern. I will say this, despite the record, number 9 ranked rushing offense and just outside of the top 25 in total defense. These guys aren't bad. 2nd and 15 as we get this first drive of the day going for Georgia Southern at home. Ransom in the shotgun, feeling a little pressure, going to step up and scramble, and very tough running. He's going to get himself 10. Team leaders, speaking of, Ransom, Green, Kinnerson, the skill position players. Green already a 1,000-yard rusher in Week 12. Lloyd, Canteen, and Griffith on the defensive end as team leaders. Now a 3rd and 5 upcoming. Ransom in the shotgun, flanked by Green. He gets it in shotgun, stands well protected. Looking right, it's Kinnerson. Speaking of, we're going to force him out of bounds, but he's got 19 yards and a first down. Good start to the drive. Looking at the schedule for Marshall. Obviously, lots of ups and downs. It looks like we win 2 or 3 games in a row and then we lose. Well, we've won 2 straight, and now we've got Georgia Southern today in Week 12. At Southern Miss next week, and then closing out the regular season in our first year in the Sun Belt in Week 14 against Georgia State. All those teams remaining have losing records, so hopefully we can put together a little run. Ransom on 1st and 10, and the pistol flips it, spins. Green's going to go down. He's going to get 1 yard, but a nice job by the Marshall D. College football playoff rankings, as you see. Michigan holds down the number 1 spot. Troy up to number 2. Just insane. Florida State at 3 and 4. The Buckeyes at number 5. Spartans at 6. Marshall comes in at number 7. The Golden Domers, Tennessee, and NC State round out your top 10. Pistol look again on 2nd and 9. Green. He's going to get swallowed up by Owen Porter. 2nd tackle for loss on the drive for this Marshall D. Speaking of the Sun Belt, Troy continues to hold that 1-game lead and the head-to-head against us. Georgia Southern in 4th, Appalachian State 0-6 in the conference. What's going on? Texas State leads the other side of the bracket, Old Dominion. Arkansas State and Louisiana all 1 game back. So we'll have to see who ends up getting into the Sun Belt Conference Championship. 3rd and 13, 3rd straight pistol look for Ransom, well protected as we send 5, throwing down the middle, up the seam to Pelkison. And are you kidding me? Tight end Sean Pelkison gets in on the deep ball. Ransom well protected, this O-line doing a great job. He launches this thing, Hardiman is there, Jackson is there, Hardiman whiffs on the catch. Jackson tries to wrestle him down, but can't get him before he's into the end zone. And they're on the board, just like that. 7-0, Georgia State taking the lead. That prompts our first studio update. Number 4, Florida goes down at South Carolina. 4-6, South Carolina, I might add. So another team ahead of us in the CFP goes down. As you see here, Notre Dame holds on against Tennessee, and Boston College is up early on Florida State. 4-5. Could they both go down? Be very interesting to see. Still a lot to play for this Marshall team. First drive of the day for Marshall, starting just across their 25. Rasheen Ali zigzags, gets spun down. And here are the team leaders for your herd. Fuqua, 2,000-yard passing. Ali starting to get it going, 91 yards per game. Gamage, our leading receiver. Neal, Jackson, and Price, our top defensive players. You're familiar with those names. That squad is not unknown to you guys. 2nd and 6, swallowed up Rasheen Ali behind the line of scrimmage, -4. That sets us up with a 3rd and 10. Fuqua drifting, trying to drop it down to Ali. His check down, but he just can't get it to him, and we go 3 and out. Now let me tell you here what has happened. Both teams have gone 3 straight possessions in a row to end this first quarter. Literally 3 first downs combined between the 2 teams. It is a 3-and-out fest. So we'll fast forward into the first quarter. About our 4th possession of the game, Fuqua scrambling, and he can't even get out of here to run the ball. Sacked. 2 plays later, 3rd and 9 on the same drive. Fuqua looking for Bass. He's going to be 2 yards short. He's got a 7-yard gain as this Georgia Southern D continues to play well. 4th and 2, we go zone read keeper to Fuqua. He fights it up inside for 5, and we convert. Feels like our first down of the day. 1st and 10, just inside the red zone. Flip out here in the flat to Gamage. He's got 9, and we're getting close. Few plays later, it's 1st and goal. I form. Big goal line, and that's going to be a fullback dive touchdown to Adrian Wilson, the true freshman fullback, number 27, with his big shoulder pads. He's going to get into the end zone. Marshall's going to tie this one up 7-all, early second quarter. Now, later in the second quarter, few plays into the drive, Ransom stepping up in the pocket. The lefty slings it up the middle to Emil Smith. And let me tell you, this guy just ran a dirty route against us. Martin Jackson completely lost in the sauce. Ransom does enough to buy more time. He gets it to Smith, and he finds his way. Now to 3rd and 16 a few plays later. They're about the 16-yard line. Flip over to middle to Pelkison. He's going to be well short. Eli Neal doing a nice job keeping everything in front of him. That sets up a field goal for Georgia Southern. They tack it on. So another scoring drive. 10-7 the lead, late second quarter. Marshall takes over, looking to put together a 1-minute drill. Fuqua on the edge, flipping this one out to Gamage because he gets spun down. It's a 14-yard gain. 2nd and 5, Fuqua. Deep drop, finds Cook over the middle. This is a nice pickup for another first down. A few plays later, 3rd and 16, 20 seconds left to go in the half. Fuqua flipped this over the middle to Bass. It's going to be well short of the first, but I think he got just enough in order to give us a kick attempt. This one from 55 at the end of the half. Kevin Hayes drills it, and we are going to half 10-10 in what has been a very sloppy first half for Marshall. First drive of the third quarter for Marshall. Fuqua on 3rd and 9 to the sideline. Williams is there. Toe taps for the interception as Marshall continues to sputter on offense. Fuqua now 9 of 14, 70 yards, and that pick. This is a beautiful one on the sideline from Williams. This one's a tough one. We had Keaton early, and we just hold on to the ball a little too long, and Williams is able to range over and get it. So Georgia Southern has the ball back with great field position. Right on the midfield stripe, Ransom play action. Now tucks and runs, looking for green grass. He's got himself 8. Good scramble. The big lefty presenting some challenges for us, and so is Green as he starts to get the run game going. That's a pickup of 16 for Gerald Green. As I mentioned, already over 1,000 yards on the year. A few plays later, they are set up to strike, and they do. Gerald Green from 4 yards out inside the 5-yard line. They give it to him up inside. He's able to punch this one in, and let me talk about this right tackle blocking. Oh my goodness, Owen Porter gets stonewalled. This defensive line continues to struggle today, not getting any pressure. Marshall has to put together a scoring drive, and they cannot. On 3rd and 1, we go zone read keeper, the trusty play. Fuqua gets absolutely eaten up by Jackson, and we got a punt. A few plays later, Ransom, next ensuing drive on 3rd and 10, gonna flip this one out to Smith, and he does such a good job getting off the Eric Love press. Love just kind of stops his feet, gets lost in coverage, and Smith continues to hurt us. He's got a long 3rd down conversion. A few plays later, inside the red zone, 3rd and 4, Johnson in the QB spy is going to finally track down Ransom. He's going to get the sack at 3, and the Marshall D bends but doesn't break. Sets up this kick for Georgia Southern. They drill it as we get another studio update. USC losing at home to Stanford, 9 minutes to go. Marshall gets another crack at it now, down 10, late in the third quarter. This one out left. How did John Bass catch this football? Oh my goodness, 26 yards, and this was contested. Canteen was all over this one. Marshall needed a play like that. Now a 3rd and 5, few plays later. Ali up the middle. He's going to get swallowed up as he tries to bounce it outside. Conservative play call, but it is within range. Kevin Hayes comes out, 50-yarder this time. 5 yards closer, no big deal. He drills it. He has 2 kicks over 50, and Marshall stays within a touchdown. 2013, Ransom on the speed option. He pitches it. It's fumbled, and Green is able to get on top of it. Oh, this was almost disaster for Georgia Southern. Now a 3rd and 15 for Ransom as they try to claw back from that first negative play of the drive. He's going to get swallowed up as he looks to run, and they're going to punt, so Marshall gets it back. Few plays into the Marshall drive as they're across midfield, looking left. Samuel Cook on the curl route is going to get a first down. Fuqua in the shotgun. He's going to roll out to his right. In man coverage, he's got some room. He's going to slide down after getting the first down, so now we're set up inside the 10. Now it's a 4th and 7. Fuqua changing the play, looking right back at the end zone. John Bass, are you kidding me? SportsCenter top 10 on 4th and 10. On 4th and 7, John Bass toe tapping in the back of the end zone. He gets a free release from the corner Canteen, and I don't think he thinks he's going to be able to make a play on this ball, but John Bass on the back of the goal line gets 1 foot in, toe taps it. Ooh, that was beautiful and clutch because Marshall ties it up at 20, 5.5 to go. Georgia Southern at the 5-minute mark on 3rd and 5, looking to put together a scoring drive. Ransom has all day, oh my goodness, and he flips it to Smith and he finds him. It's a foot race. Jackson falls off of him. Johnson shoves him out. Emil Smith has a 65-yard broken play. He's got 118 yards receiving as Ransom has all day, steps up, just lobs this one into space. Jackson undercuts it, basically takes Abraham out of the play. Sanders can't catch him. This is just a complete breakdown by the Marshall secondary, and they're set up inside the 5. 2nd and goal, flip out quick to Burgess as we shove him down at the 2. Very next play, 3rd and goal, Ransom over the middle, back of the end zone. Sam Kinnerson is there. 3-yard touchdown, and an explosive play leads to an easy red zone possession. And Georgia Southern at the 4-minute mark of the 4th quarter is going to take a 27-20 lead. Ensuing kickoff, Marshall needs to put together a good drive. Obviously has to get 7 here very soon. McDaniel from halfway in his end zone cuts this one up inside, gets past the kicker, breaks a few tackles, now fights off another across the 50, across the 40. He gets toe tagged, and he's got a 69-yard return. Nice. And Marshall is looking great. Very next play, Fuqua rolling out left across his body, flips this one to John Bass, who's got a 10-yard catch. Now a 1st down run for Ali, looking right, up inside, he's got 9. Now a 3rd and 1, Fuqua up inside again to Ali, his clock is not a problem. About the 2-minute mark, it's 1st and 10. Looking over the middle to Chancellor Bright, he's down inside the 1 after an 11-yard catch, and Marshall is knocking on the door. 2nd and goal, it's Knowledge McDaniel up the middle. He's going to score, and Marshall able to tie this one up under a minute and a half to go. 27 all, but did we leave them too much time? That's the question. Ransom, his first play of this 1.5-minute drill drive. He gets it over the middle, now on a 3rd and inches. Flips this one out to Green, who breaks a tackle. Magic Jackson can't hold on to him. 1st down by Gerald Green. 55 seconds to go. Ransom in the pistol. Now he's going to step up and tuck and run. We miss a tackle. Sanders misses a tackle, and he's out across the 30 on a 27-yard scramble by the big lefty quarterback. Ransom 1st and 10. Feeling the pressure, though. The very next play, he's going to go down sack of 2. Huge play by the Marshall D. Inside of 30 seconds, and it's a false start. Oh, no. Georgia Southern backing themselves out of field goal range. 2nd and 17, 21 seconds to go. Marshall cannot stop the slant route as Sanders gets burned. Now a 3rd and 6 with 17 seconds to go. They flip it to the sideline. Jackson's there, and Johnson breaks a tackle. Bo Johnson gets out of bounds. 9-yard catch, 13 seconds left. Inside the red zone, they turn and give it to Green. I expected them to just set it up for a field goal, and they run it in. There's no way, Gerald Green. We knew he was dangerous. This Marshall run D has been bad all day. Georgia Southern's top 10, and we've got one final drive to try to tie this up. 9 seconds to go. Fuqua looking up the seam. It's John Bass, but he's going to get dragged down. We got to take a timeout. We have 3 seconds and one final throw. Max protect. 3 men out on the route. Final play. Zeros on the clock, up to John Bass, and it's swatted down. Canteen, their star corner, swats this away. And I can't believe it. Marshall has lost 3 games in this regular season, and the playoff hopes, they're completely gone. We thought we might be able to backdoor our way in. It's over. It's over. Number 2 instant classic ESPN game in our career. This one hurts. 34-27 is our final. Georgia Southern, 3-6 Georgia Southern. 406 yards of total offense, 130 on the ground, 270 through the air. They're 64% in 3rd down conversion today. We went 2 of 11 for 18%, probably the lowest percentage, least efficient game on 3rd down that we've had in our entire career. We obviously lose the turnover battle because that's always what we do. We do end up with 226 kick return yards. McDaniel had a really nice day. That's what made this game so close. But Marshall, horrible on D once again, and they lose. Players of the game, Cam Ransom, 276, 2 touchdowns, 37 yards on the ground. Mizell Williams gets that nice interception on the sideline. He played really well for them. I would say Canteen did as well. 7 catches for 94 for John Bass and a touchdown. Andy Johnson, a sack and 7 tackles, but not enough. And as we go forward to week 13, more bad news. Curtis Harris, our top target at linebacker, 80 overall middle linebacker, he commits to Georgia. I mean, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to come to Huntington and play on this defense either. Horrible. We do get a commit from Chris Brown, kind of a backup, 69 overall, nice. Quarterback, not really our star for the future, but a nice depth guy to have. We're still in a bunch of battles, but man, I hope this doesn't kill our recruiting momentum. Here's a look again at Harris. Marshall was right in the mix. Georgia ends up being the one. Army was also in the mix, and it looks like this week 12 game is what sealed it for Harris. Not a burner, but absolutely a tackling machine. As you can see, that 83 tackle, 86 play rec, 85 hit power. We obviously could have used a guy of his caliber, a 4-star middle linebacker on this defense for the future. Guess we're going to have to start from the drawing board on D. Southern Miss up next. 4-6 Southern Miss on the road. Marshall drops to number 21, 7-3 on the year. Not sure what is next for this team. Hopefully we can finish out strong. Have a decent class. We'll see what's going on. If you didn't know, in my real life, as I record this, I'm a week or so away from having my first baby. I'm not sure when the series will be back, especially after a big loss like this. We may see this game on stream. You may just see some episodes come out slowly from me. Thanks for the love and support. Sorry for the loss. I feel horrible. Peace.